Why, hello. Welcome
Why,
back, everybody.
hello.
How are you doing? What's cracking, Kendra? What's happening?
What's cracking? I don't know. Everything's great.
What's cracking?
It's a lovely day here in Austin. How is it where you're at?
Dude. Oh, it's fine. We're in like an extensive heat warning. It's not even an advisory. It's like past 110 or whatever it is. So
What?
all is good. And literally, they said we won't get rain for at least 30 days. So everything's fine.
I have to say that people often are like, I could never live in Texas. It's too hot. And I'm like, it's really not that bad because what happens in Colorado and Utah is people stay inside in the winter because it's too cold. That's all we do here. Except we also don't have to deal with snow and our pipes bursting and stuff like that. So Texas for the win, baby.
Exactly. So today, we're going to dive into some money, honey.
Money, honey.
And this is going to be focused more around just your mindset of money and how we think about our money, because this is a topic that either one is avoided. I feel like nobody ever talks about it. Or two, there's usually a lot of fear around the idea of money or their relationship with their money. And it's something that most are all told, just you don't really talk about it. You just kind of let it be. If you do talk about it, you usually only talk about it negatively in a sense of I'm broke or I can't afford that, or rich people or wealthy people are always rude. You know what I mean? There's always the negative thought around money. And this is something Kendra and we talk very openly about, which is cool, and we always have, and it's kind of interesting to find a relationship, like a friendship. So you're like, yeah, we can talk about this. Let's do it.
Yeah, we really do. Like, how much did you make last year? How much are you save? How much is in your savings account? How much do you want to invest in? Like, we literally talk about money as casually as you would talk about like the clothes in your closet. Like, we don't make it weird. And honestly, it's so strange to both of us. I should say we get it, but it also is strange when you think about it. Why the way that people make money so weird, like so high stakes, when really money is just energy. It's just a trade for your energy.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Just relax about it.
That's it.
Yes, I love that. Lauren, you mentioned like beliefs and thought patterns and things around money. And honestly, most of us just kind of take what we learn about money from our parents and just run with it. Here's the funny thing about that. Okay. So my husband and I were talking about this the other day about how when you're young, you don't even, it was actually a sad conversation, if I'm being honest, because sometimes he has students who are not treated well by their parents. And he's like, how do they not, I said, how do they not like do something about it? And he said, most of the time they don't know. They just assume that everybody's parents are the same as theirs. And I was like, interesting. And so I think this is a similar phenomenon, but we don't talk about money. We don't talk about money.
It's like money and politics and religion. You just don't talk about any of them.
Yes, you just so you don't talk about it. But here's some, Lauren, tell us some popular ideas around money.
My favorite. Money doesn't grow on trees. All right. It's like, great.
Obviously. Thank you. Unless you are a farmer or an orchard, and then it does actually grow on trees. So
if we want to get technical, I'd rather be happy than rich. Best things in life are free. I'm broke. My parents, when people are like, I'm broke as a joke, or I can't afford that. Money doesn't buy happiness. I have to save a certain amount, and I cannot spend a dime over that. And there's a lot of fear around checking bank accounts. These are all common things people say or are taught. Like you have to save. Like you cannot overspend. Have a tight budget. Be frugal and save. It's like now you're just putting a restrictive mindset around money and how you spend it and how it comes to you and how it goes out. Or you just saying I'm broke. It's like, well, if you continuously say I'm broke, it's continuously saying like I'm broke, so don't come my way.
It's affirming it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally affirming it. I talk about this all the time with my life coaching clients. It's like, don't say I am anything that you don't want to be, because then you're basically just affirming to yourself that's what you are. I am bad at names. I am shy. I am broke. Like you're just telling yourself and the universe and the powers that be you're just like, this is who I am.
Yep, exactly. And it's the idea of people who have money tend to be mean or tend to just want the power or want to gloat about it. And it's like, no, it's not always about having a lot of money to do those things. It's if you have a good relationship with your money, it's actually what can I do with my money, or was my money allow me to do, or what can I do later with it? And it's just being more aware and smart of your money as well, which leads into the fact of like if you're checking your bank account, that's just lack of you even being aware of what's going on financially for you. It's like you still should be aware. There should be no fear around it. You'd always want to be aware of what's happening. All of these tend to lead people to the scarcity and fear mindset around money, which only in turn continues to keep them in that spot. It's just a vicious cycle, and you just stay there and you feel that. And it can be very hard to shift your mindset around money, but once you do, you feel it, and it's definitely different. You can handle because let's be real, financial stress happens on everybody, but you handle it differently if you have a better relationship with your money.
It's so true. And I love that you said relationship with money because I think we forget that we do have a relationship with it. It's not just a dormant thing, it is energy. And when we say things like, I hate money, do you think you're attracting money when you say that? If I'm like, Lauren, I hate you. Ugh, you're so stressful. I hate thinking about you. Are you going to want to like come be around me, come my way? No, you're probably going to be like, all right, well,
Gotta
I'm just
go.
going to stay over
See
here
you
with somebody
later.
who loves me. Right. So it's important to remember that you are in relationship with everything. Everything is connected. And your relationship with money, you can hurt it by the things you say about it and the way that you feel about it and the way that you treat it by not looking at your accounts.
Oh yeah, and it's like or neglecting just knowledge around money. What is your money doing? Where is it going? Anything like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you just a few three good sections of stuff for you on how to improve your mindset around money in your relationship. And this first one's my favorite because you feel goofy doing it, but once you do it, you actually understand it. And that's giving gratitude to your money. So you being able to pay your bills every month and maybe pay some debt down or whatever it is, it's like give gratitude. Be like, wow, thank you so much. I was able to pay all my bills. That's awesome. That's
Mhm.
a good feeling. You should actually be proud of that versus like all my money just goes to my bills. It's like that's you were able to pay your bills. That's fantastic. You have money to pay your bills, to have a roof over your head, to have dinner. It's like realizing there's a difference in being like, oh, it just goes towards my bills. It's like, no, I have gratitude. Like I had money in my account to pay my bills. This is great.
Mhm.
Same idea of gratitude of getting paid. Be like, oh, thanks. That was really cool. I'm happy I was able to get paid and realizing you have a job and you have money coming in. Maybe you have a chance for bonuses, or maybe that money is allowing you to make more other money on a side job, whatever it is. Like your money will only grow as far as you let it grow. And it's being grateful for it right when it comes in and being able to have that mindset to expand it as you go.
And part of gratitude for the money is remembering that it came from somewhere, right? So, like, it's not yours. We talked about this a little bit in our abundance episode, but it's not yours. We're all sharing. And when you realize that you have that money because somebody shared with you, and also because you earned it with the time, energy, and whatever that you gave, but still somebody was willing to hire you to pay you to give you this, you a way to be grateful outwardly and actively grateful for it is to give it as well. So it's helpful on an economic level because you stimulate the economy, you give back, and it keeps there's more to circulate, there's more to go around than if you just keep it all to yourself. And it always multiplies, especially when you do it like for example, hiring a coach. If you have especially if you want to change people, if you want to be like the best version of yourself, to be the most supportive and loving, hiring a coach can cost a pretty penny. But you're like, I'm doing this, A, out of gratitude for this time on this planet that I have, and I want to live it the best I can, but also because it's important to me to be a better version of myself for the people around me. And you know what I mean? Like giving in that way to better yourself, to be a better version of yourself for other people.
And also, it leans into the fact of being able, it's like, even if you're not giving outwards, in a sense of just like who you are day by day people around you. It's like also maybe is it your family? Are you able to do more for them? Are you taking them on a trip? Are you able to help your parents out, help your friend out? It's like that is that sense of if you're a giver, it's like, oh, that's cool. You're able to give and support and help. Or if you treat somebody something, it's like whatever it is, having that gratitude to be like, wow, this is really cool. I was able to work so hard and I was able to make this money and apply this money to go do this and have an experience. And whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a $10,000 trip to Jamaica. It could be a road trip 3 hours away and you go somewhere and do something. Like the amount you spend doesn't determine how much gratitude you have for your money. It's just the idea of having gratitude for the money that's in your pocket.
Okay, point number 2 that we have to share. I kind of talked about it already, but we're gonna bring it up again because it bears repeating. Be more aware of how you talk about money. So limit the idea of telling yourself stuff like I am broke or I'll never have money. And I always say it like this: you get what you believe. So if you really believe that you won't have money, then you will get that situation in life. If you really believe that you are just as important, just as valuable, just as equal as anyone else in the world, and if someone else can have a lot of money, you can have money too, then you will. I mean, truly, like it really is, it proves itself to be true over and over and over again that you get what you believe. So watch how your words are reflecting back to you what you believe. And if it's not where you want to stay, that's okay. Just recognize it. Be like, ooh, I said that. That must mean there's a belief tied to that that I don't necessarily want to own anymore. So let's dig into that. You know, you don't have to feel bad or shame yourself for it. Just use it to choose different.
Yep. And it's being aware of you having money on you and being able to feel financially secure, whatever that is to you. Like I said, once again, it doesn't have to be millions of dollars. It could be whatever that means to you to feel secure. It's like
Mhm.
knowing that, having that, and being like, wow, this is cool. Like, this actually does make me happy. And it's okay to have money make you happy. Because when people say money won't make me happy, it's like, that's a lie. I'm sorry, but it's not true. It's like you need money is a thing that stimulates the economy and does and all the things that like if you want to go to the grocery store, if you want to go to a movie, if you want to go get some new clothes, whatever it is, it's like you're doing that because you want to be happy. You go to a movie to see something fun and be happy. You go get some new clothes to feel happy. All of these things are actually happiness, but people tie them to the
Mhm.
fact of having a high dollar amount is what makes you happy with money. It's like, no, no, no. That money is literally allowing you to live life right now, whatever that is to you. And so, by completely saying, like, I don't need money to be happy is a very bold statement. In a fact of, are you being naive and not realizing what your money actually does for you? Or are you just trying to have somebody feel bad for you in a sense, too? It's like, no, like, it's okay. Like, I'll do this for you. I'll do that for you. And it's like, really, it's like, no, like, money is part of life and it's how things go and it's how the world revolves. Let's be real.
I think the truth of the matter is and I read a book about happiness, human happiness, and there's lots of studies around it, and there is like a dollar amount that is tied to a certain level of happiness. And usually if you exceed that, it doesn't necessarily add to your happiness. But below that, it can add to your stress. It can, and even exceeding to a certain amount can add to your stress as well. So is it the money that makes you happy? I mean, no. But is the freedom to experience life and enjoy and do, you know, have the freedom to do and have what you want, does that add to your happiness and well-being? Yeah, it does.
It does.
And I do often talk about how like you don't need stuff. Like we are so resilient and wonderful human beings, like, yeah, if you want to get like real philosophical about it, like we don't need money and we could figure your life out without it. But in the day and age that we live in, having a certain amount of money does improve your quality of life, which improves your level of happiness. And there's nothing wrong with that because, again, it's just freaking money. I just said freaking. That's a really
Freaking
weird word to say.
money.
Anyway, I love that. I love it. Getting comfortable wanting money.
Yes.
I just had this experience not too long ago where I was in a financial situation where I was uncomfortable. I was fine, but I was like, it had been a while since I had been in that position of being uncomfortable. I said, I want to make a lot more money because I never want to feel like this again. I never want to be uncomfortable. I never want to feel limited. And I had zero shame about that. It doesn't make me evil to want to make
No,
money. It doesn't make me bad. It doesn't make me self-centered. It doesn't make me materialistic to want money.
no,
Yeah, if you're putting anything above another human, above relationship, above love, then there's an imbalance there. But it's nothing about the money that's inherently wrong, about wanting more of it or about liking it even. Nothing
nope,
wrong with that.
at all. Which actually leads us right into our third point of just setting financial goals and a financial vision. And the first thing I have here is money is a tool. It can enrich your life or cause damage. Money is not the issue, it's the story you tell yourself about the power the money has on you. It's realizing money is just a tool. Money does, and you can let it have power over you, or you can have power over your money and how it comes to you, and knowing like this is a tool and I can use it correctly, or I can use it in a way that's not going to help me at all. And when I say set financial goals and vision, this is taking responsibility of learning how to spend, save, and grow money. This is something that not a lot of us are taught. Let's be real. You don't learn this in school. You don't learn from your parents usually either, unless your parents are somebody to share that often with you. And so it's something you really have to learn on your own, and how to shoot. I didn't know how to budget money until like 4 years ago, maybe three. Let's be real. I was not a budgeter. I didn't know how to do that. I was just like, you know what I mean? But it's like, once you become more aware of your money, I'm like, okay, how can my money make me money? That's what I was saying. Like, what can my money do for me? And that goes into also like when you save, you're not saving to be restrictive. In the book, which is, I feel like we've just been cussing on all of our episodes lately. In the book, Rich as Fuck, she says it's it's hot to have a fat bank account. I'm like, you're
It's
right.
hot.
It's not a set amount. It's just hot to have a fat bank account. I'm like, I love that. Like, and so it's not a set number. It's nothing to gloat to anybody about. It's nothing to prove anything about you. It's truly just to make yourself proud. Like, wow, cool. I was able to make all that money and save it while also doing X, or buying a house I really loved, or it allowed me to start my business up. And like, there's a difference behind it of how you look at your money and how you take responsibility and initiative over your money.
I think that too, it really is like leaning back into the relationship with your money. If you are unwilling to sit down with it and have a conversation with it and set specific boundaries with it, then your relationship's still not going to be great. And just as it is with anything else in your life, if you don't sit down and get intentional about it, then it's more so controlling you than you are it. And not that I hate that I said control, but you know what I'm saying.
No, it's true. Yeah, it has power over you. That's easy to say, I just want to save. But it's like, no, write it down. Like, write out your goals. Like, what do you want? What do you want to do with your money? What would you love to make? What would you do with it? And that's okay to write down. It's not a bad thing to do. It's actually very good to do because now you're as aware.
Yeah, awareness. Love that word. Awareness. Yeah, where's your money going? And it also can show you like where your values are. Like what do you spend money on? Where are you frequently, pouring money into? And if your bank account doesn't reflect your values, then you can reevaluate and be like, okay, that's what budgeting is. Budgeting is basically just making sure that your bank account matches your values.
I mean, my bank account goes straight to Amazon. Straight to Amazon. That's my values. I am a diehard fan of Amazon. It's all
Well, but
fine.
what do you get from Amazon? You get stuff to decorate your house, to make your house more like a home. You get stuff for other people all the time on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you're just joking, but truly, like when you have these conversations with yourself, like, oh, I spend so much money at Amazon, but it's like, but what are you buying at Amazon? Right? Like, oh, I just spent so much money going out to eat. It's like, yeah, but think about that activity. I love going out to eat. That is something I'm always willing to spend money on. And that's me. Maybe you don't love going out to eat and it does feel like it's sucking your energy. So treat money as it is, which is energy. And it's like, are you going to give your energy to this? Is it worth your energy? If it's not, then that's okay. Just reevaluate. so that you have more to give to what you do value and what will improve and increase your quality of life and your happiness and your joy, all that good stuff.
Yes. So always just like be aware, have goals, have a vision, and like I said, take responsibility in learning how to spend, save, and grow your money. It's doable, more even more so nowadays. It's so doable to have multiple streams of income. Like we're all very lucky, and everyone can work from home and do. So it's like get creative, look things up. Don't be scared to try things. Now we just want to give you a few tips on how to just bring abundance of money. Know that money's always there and it'll always come. And I do this all the time, actually. I've done this for years, probably literally since I opened Nova. And the biggest one is you always have money around your house. I have it in drawers, random drawers. I have cash in spots, so it's like whenever you open it, you're like, oh my god, thanks. Money always comes. Like it's always right here. Um, Having cash in your wallet is a good little just like confidence boost reminder of just like you money can always come in, you can always spend money out, and it's just like just a good visual because everyone just has debit cards. But let's all be real, there's something cool about having like, hey, I got $100 bill in my wallet. You feel cooler. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But anyways, you know what I mean? There's just that idea of there's money in my wallet, it's always present, always there. A big one too, and I learned this from Your Badass at Making Money, is Jen's scenarios. She was like, anytime someone hands you money, or if you own a business and someone buys something, it's like to yourself, you can just say, thank you, I deserve that.
I will also add, if you are paying somebody to thank them energetically. I actually had a boss. She was, I worked with her at the beginning of her opening this business. And so it was just her and me mostly. And then we hired a couple more people. And when I was sending out the payroll, she was like, let me know before you do because I want to send out a message. So she would send out a message to everybody and just say, thank you so much. And she told me, she's like, part of the reason I do that is for me because it hurts a little, like, especially when you're starting a business and you don't have maybe like a ton of cash flow. It can hurt a little bit to like fork some of that over. But then you say, why am I forking this over? Because they worked hard to help me build this business. This is important to me, and they're helping me to like make this dream a reality. So she made sure to say thank you every time she sent payroll. And I thought that was really inspiring. I thought that was a great example of how to let go of your money gratefully.
And then our last one is just reflect on the habits you may need to stop or limit in order to grow your mindset around money. So this is going to take you just sitting down, writing out like what's your current relationship with money? Where would you like to improve? How could you do that? And that's going to be something that will take time. I'm not saying you just being like, oh, thanks for paying me is going to change your entire mindset of money right away. It's like it still take work because it's definitely something that's pounded into our heads, honestly, at a young age of like exactly like money doesn't grow on trees. So no, you can't have that Barbie. You're like, oh, you're right. It doesn't grow on trees and I can't get that Barbie. Like you are so just set in stone with that where it's like, this will take time to break, but the more proactive you are about it, and the more aware, it will happen over time and you'll feel good about it and you'll notice the changes.
That's so true, and such an important point because especially with something like money, I've said this before, I'll say it again, that our biggest mirrors in life, aka the things that trigger us more than anything else, are our significant others, our children, and our money. So the reason for that is because there's a lot of core values and beliefs that are built on that your fears and your insecurities around money are built on. So the cool thing about this is that when you really dig into this, and obviously, like Lauren said, offer yourself plenty of grace and time. But when you dig into it and be like, why am I feeling this way? It's a big, huge gateway into an opportunity for healing. And it will not just heal your relationship with money, it'll heal you in so many ways because money is such a massive trigger. And so many of our limiting beliefs around money are so deeply ingrained in us that, like Lauren said, we don't even realize that they're limiting beliefs. We just think they're true. So it's a big one. It's a deep one. Money is, that's why people are so touchy about money because it is not just money they're talking about. It's like so many things that it just weighs really, really heavy. So don't forget that.
To help you guys out, we do have a few books we recommend for yours as well. A few that we have: "You Are a Badass at Making Money" by Jen.
Sincero.
Thank you. I always mess up her last name. Thank you. "Rich as Fuck" by Amanda Francis. Um, and then you have "You Are a Badass" by Jen as well. It's another good one to just help like really boost like self talk, how you look at things, how you look at yourself, and just like manifesting as well. And then Kendra, which two did you have?
I have the two I wrote down are Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And this is a lot about like how your mindset affects your income. And so it's not just about money. It's a lot. I mean, like I said, money's not even just about money, right? So it's a lot about mindset and attracting and all that. And so is The Energy of Money by Maria Nemeth. I honestly have not read this book. It's been recommended to me so many times, and I've read parts of it and quotes from it, and it just sounds like right up my alley, right up our alley, because it basically digs into, it sounds like what it does is it digs into the truth, which is that money is purely an exchange of energy and nothing more. And it can help us to understand it better, to have a better relationship with it, to use it differently. So that's on my list. That's going to be one of my next books. I've heard a lot of good about it. So if you guys read it, reach out, let me know what you think. Let Lauren know what you think. We'd love to hear about that one because that's one we have not read.
If you guys have any questions for us or any thoughts or tips on how you handle your mindset around money, please let us know. Feel free to shoot us a DM on Instagram. Also, if you feel this is something that somebody else needs to hear, send it on over, share it. And I think that's it. All about that money, honey.
Let's give you one challenge. Your challenge is to either read one of these books or go give money away.
Ooh.
Whatever that looks like for you. If there's a homeless person on the street you can give money to, if you have a family member who might need a little support, if you have somebody that you just enjoy and appreciate and you want to buy them something nice to show that you appreciate them, whatever that looks like for you, we challenge you to go give your money away. Give some of your money away today.
Love it.
Trust.
Love.
Trust.
Trust it.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.